Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Dead Space 3. This is episode 9, and last time we got ourselves a snowsuit so that we could traverse the surface of Tau Volantis without freezing to death, and we also dealt with a bunch of hungry boys, including a whole tunnel where the food was supposed to be stored that they got into. Now we seem to have reached the main S.C.A.F compound, where Ellie and the remaining crew presumably are. So let's see if we can head down there. We still haven't really dealt with that large necromorph that's pursuing us, but I assume we will take care of it at some point. Sort of like the one that's hunting you down at the start, or not at the start, but near the start of Dead Space 2. The one that you end up, like, using to shoot down a gunship. You know, they're like maw that they have for a face. Actually reminds me a lot of the traditional Chaos Spawn miniature from Warhammer. Just a big hole ringed with teeth. I'm noticing that this helmet does not seem to project light like the other one did. Or maybe just these walls don't catch the light the way the indoor ones do. I mean, it's a cool visual. I don't know if that's the busted moon up there or if that is another planet. 'Cause that's pretty close for a moon, but it did look fairly close when we saw it. I'm not sure why the camera is panning up over here like it really wants me to look up at the sky. Oh, probably because there's a person up there.
Carver! Down here! Clark! How the hell did you... Never mind! Come on, we're in... Oh, shit! Blackbird! They're coming over the outer wall, you hear me? They're headed your way!
So, like...
Clark! We're in Central Command! Get up here!
This makes me wonder, if I was playing co-op, would Carver be with me, or would he still be up there?
Ellie! Are you there?
Isaac! Oh my god! He's alive?
Great. Ellie! It's so good to hear your voice.
How did you make it? The ship! We thought you were
I
dead!
followed a trail of flares. Are you guys all right? I saw Carver.
Yeah, we're fine. Carver's close, we can hear him. Look, Isaac, please, hurry up and get here. We're in Central Command.
I'll be there as fast as I can.
Alright, we got plenty of resources right now, but we don't really have new tips to make. I thought about maybe putting a force gun onto a assault rifle, so that way when they get close I can knock them down and then shoot the limbs off. I want the demo gun, the survey charge, to be good, but it really doesn't seem like it is in this one. It does not one-shot a slasher when they walk into it, and if it can't do that, then, you know, kind of seems like it doesn't serve its purpose. I do like the Tesla core. It's been kind of our most useful weapon so far. An electrified bolas cutter. That's definitely new. I actually don't know how to make a force gun, though. I would think it's hydraulic plus a certain tip, but I don't feel like the survey charge has really seemed that useful so far. wondering what else I could put on here. I could put a line gun on here, I guess. Put a plasma core on there. I don't even know what that is. Is that a force gun? It looks like it's shooting a big circle. What is that going to cost me? Not too much. I mean, let's try that and see what it does. This game is all about experimenting with your weapon builds. Don't really need an explosion amplifier. The problem is I don't have any useful attachments. I could make useful attachments, maybe. Stasis coating, electric charge. See, this is it increases the clip size, but it doesn't actually show it increasing either of the clips. So maybe that doesn't actually do anything until it's already equipped. Whatever. We don't have any useful attachments right now. Now I hear a scav bot spot, but I think it's behind the wall. Does that just say there's another one waiting to be picked up? Alright. Also, let's see if we can do a quick upgrade. The upgrades seem fairly cheap so far for this stuff. So we'll upgrade the recharge on stasis. And then increase the duration. I mean, so far, transducer seems to be primarily used for these upgrades. I don't know why hit points is, like, kind of grayed out. Alright, we've now increased our hit points by up to 75. And you can see it's making our back meter more and more segmented. So this only has 4 shots. Are you good to go? You know, Isaac, maybe we should try shooting it. I don't think the yelling and alarm has really worked so far. Oh, I guess that's exactly what we're gonna do. Alright, big boy. This is not really the right weapon for this. But it is doing a lot of damage, it seems. Oh, okay. So even when he's stasis, he can rotate as fast as I walk. So I have to take out... I don't really know how to avoid that. I have to take out these tentacles, and then I have to quickly damage the mouth tentacles before they retract. And I can only damage one at a time. Okay, I definitely can't back roll it. I have to side roll it, and I have to be close enough to its leg. Seems like a one-shot severed the tentacle. Which means I was overkilling it by using the Tesla. You need to do a lot of rolling to avoid that.
Fucking thing!
The big crab has decided he's had enough, which means he'll come back for more later. Kind of funny though, because Necromorphs almost never retreat. You know, they don't run away to lick their wounds, they just grow new limbs instead. Alright, let me into the cutscene zone, because I know we're going to have a cutscene in here somewhere. Heavy standard frame, that's just another one of those. It wants me to go there, which means there's probably something tucked away here, since we're on the main path. Pulse rifle. I wonder if that's just basically what we already made, or if it actually functions more like the pulse rifle. You know, it's got like a special tip. Personal log, Private R. Blatty. Night and day, it's always the same. They come shambling out of the storms trying to get in. It's not easy following orders. You see familiar faces all the time. Sometimes they see you and they lock eyes and there's a glimmer of recognition. Like they remember what it was like to be on the other side of the wall. Safe and warm and alive. And an artifact. Excerpt from S.C.A.F. Legionary Handbook, Addendum 12, concerning Necromorphs. The attacks we've suffered so far have cost us many lives, but left us with a valuable lesson. The shambling creatures the science teams are calling Necromorphs appear to be made of the dead remains of other creatures, including our fallen soldiers. This is disturbing, disorienting, and shocking on first sight. That's not the right sight to use there. Steel yourselves, as it may be a psychological ploy of the creatures to weaken us. Critically important, shoot for the limbs. They otherwise keep coming, and we'll behead you before you can reload. Body and headshots essentially waste ammunition, so you must quickly retrain your basic marksmanship. Never allow a breach of the outer wall. A single creature can take out an entire wing and begin a replication process within minutes. So I guess they do have this big wall all the way around the perimeter of their camp, because the planet was already infested with Necromorphs when they got here. I assume, since there were markers here. However, that would also imply that the markers were either something that was built by the Tau Volantis that got out of their control, or they didn't build a device that would turn them into undead monstrosities, but someone else did. You think there's like a conversation with Carver that's supposed to happen here, and that's why this elevator is so slow? It's a dialogue elevator. Well, I think that's the sound of the big beastie. Still letting us know he's around. I'm wondering if we're going to have to go up there, because that looks pretty significant, that peak. I do think that the part of the reshade I'm still using actually does look pretty good. I would turn it off here, but then it would turn on the part that I'm not using because they're still bound to the same key, and it would not let me separately bind it. Because I think it's scripted to turn on both of those every time. Is there anything tucked away over here? I like that he actually does just start driving around, doing his thing. He doesn't just sit in place and generate resources. Okay, we got a locked door over here. Engineers only. Well, I used to be an engineer. Now I don't know what I am. A necromorph slayer, I guess. An anti-marker. Sergeant Cochran from S.C.A.F. Friesner. I don't remember what SPC is. I don't know what they're hauling with our trucks, but they're way past the load limit. I'm up to my eyeballs in broken axles and burnt out motors. Tell your crews to ease up, will you? And how about sending some food our way? The pickings have been mighty slim lately. Why was that still marked as EarthGov if these are basically separatists? You know, for scrawny guys, they are surprisingly hard to roll away from or shake off. I just wanted to get some distance so I could pull out my actual weapon, because the Tesla is kind of overkill on those guys. And of course, because I strayed off the main path for even a second, it didn't give me a checkpoint. Alright, well, there's got to be some bonus stuff in here, because it's definitely not the way to go. So that whole area over there is a dead end that I just trapped myself in. But they are scrawny enough that the melee will actually shove them back, even if it doesn't kill them. Kind of like slapping around the pack in the previous game. So far, nothing important in here. Thought there might be a, weapon piece in here somewhere. Nope, just some extra resources off to the side. Maybe we're gonna have to take this thing somewhere later. Alright. The music also implies that something is about to happen. Like meeting up with Ellie.
About time.
Isaac.
Isaac, you made it.
Thank God.
He doesn't look too happy to see
I
us.
knew you'd catch up.
I guess
Good to see
because,
made it,
you know,
Isaac.
his
Yeah, maybe
relationship
we should
with
give you two some
Ellie.
time alone, huh?
What the hell does that mean?
It means for someone who's in the past, you're awfully glad to see him.
We need him. This mission needs
Come on,
him.
we need him or you need him.
You got something to say to me, Captain?
Stop. Just stop. We need to shut down that damn machine, and we don't even know where it is yet.
I do. I mean, I think I know how to find it. Well, I've been digging through what's left of the research notes, and...
I thought all that stuff was destroyed.
Well, computer data, yes. But the written logs discuss a signal tracking experiment that pinpointed the machine's exact location. Well, I think if we repeat it, we can do the same. But it's at the other end of the complex.
Yeah, fine. Fine, let's have a look. I could use a change of scenery.
What a pouty little bitch. Who literally kidnapped me from my apartment. I also like that, despite them all getting their snowsuits from a 3D printer, it looks different for all of them. Alright, well, you met up with everyone, and now we gotta find the machine. Big important machine that we gotta turn off.
You a drinking man, Serrano?
No, sir.
I prefer cognac myself. Probably a bit cliche, but you just can't beat it with a nice cigar.
What did you want to see me about?
I'm not gonna lie, Professor. I don't like you. The way you look, the way you talk, or the way you conduct business.
I don't like you damn dirty eggheads.
Running the show anymore. I am. If you need men to help you thaw those ice cubes you're experimenting on, you come to me, and only me.
Of course, I just thought it'd
I
be...
don't care how much support you have back home. You're playing a dangerous game, Professor. And out here, you play by my rules.
It's funny that we're basically getting this, like, menacing antagonist dialogue from a guy who's 200 years dead. I mean, most of the logs you got in the previous games were also from dead people, including some of the authority figures, but not that dead. Alright, so the camp is fairly large. I don't know where we are right now. I assume, like, over here. Pneumatic torch. Well, that's probably for making a flamethrower. I suppose I probably should have tested out my other weapon when we were cornered. The stats say it does a lot of damage, so it could be the force gun. Also, I wonder if the flamethrower is any good in this game, because it wasn't in the first one, and then it was okay in the second one. So maybe it's actually good in this one, or maybe it's just even worse. Good to get that shit out of my inventory. I really need to do something with this. Like, I don't need the rotator that much, I don't think. It's just none of these other options are great. So I wonder what happens if I put a torch on a one-handed weapon. There are no parts available to craft. Yeah, I guess it's just a little handheld flamethrower now. Let's try that out. It's not like I've been actually using the rotator that much, so I'm not missing out. Because like the first two games, you really could go through the whole game fairly easily just using the plasma cutter and upgrading it, but here I don't think that's the case.
Hey, wait for Isaac. Isaac, we're just outside.
Yeah, and we're freezing. Hurry your ass up.
You're wearing a goddamn snowsuit. Quit your bitching. I got something here that'll warm you up if you're getting too cold. You know, you wouldn't be freezing if you put your damn helmet on. You also wouldn't get shrapnel in your face if you put your damn helmet on.
The Danik's men find us. Come on! Come on! Run!
Okay, so
Go!
the Unitologists have followed us here. Which means we're gonna have to shoot some human enemies. Wait, so am I in cover right now? Is this the cover system? Yeah, you got bullets, I got fucking industrial plasma tools. Those leave some nasty wounds. You'd think these guys would be easier to kill than the Necromorphs, because they're squishier, and you don't have to cut off their limbs. But yeah, we have more enemies with guns. Because that's what Dead Space is about. Or that's what Dead Space was missing, I guess, for some people. I could search their pockets, or I could just smash their pockets out of existence. That way I don't have to get my hands dirty. Also, these boots were made for stomping, and that's just what they'll do. And I guess one day these boots are gonna stomp all over you.
Where did they come from?
They must have tailed us here.
That's impossible. Not through shock space.
Yeah? Well, they did.
Ellie, can you make it to the warehouse?
Oh God, here they come!
Ellie!
Gee, do you think that somebody in our group might be a traitor who let them know where we went? Or maybe they just stuck a fucking locator chip on Isaac when we were captured.
Colin, get your guys over here. It's this way.
Alright, nothing over here, right? Oh, some boxes. All lit up. Well, I guess this section should go by faster if we're dealing with these guys. Can't imagine there's going to be any side missions under fire.
Sentinels, watch out!
Fall back!
You guys do have guns, right? I'm not the only armed person here.
I see him! I see him! He's down here!
Okay, that guy's got a rocket launcher. Works just as well on them. Oh, there was also a puker back there. And I see something wiggling around. Might just be a banner. Well, it sounds like a puker. Like there's still one back there. I don't know where. It's like stuck behind something. Is that an item back there? No, this is one of those lights. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. Alright. I kind of expected he would still get the puke on me even if I burned him. Go that way, but this way is locked, so there's no going that way right now. I bet it'll tell me to go there later.
Ellie, everyone all right?
Yeah, I think we're safe.
We are anything but safe. They're after Isaac and we're getting caught in the crossfire.
Look, the warehouse! The signal tracking experiment should be inside.
You're not worth as much trouble, Clark.
I just saw my scavenger bots linked under the bench right as I was walking up. Alright, how are we doing on resources? We have a lot of ammo clips right now. A lot of small med packs. We could make a large med pack. I'll make another torque bar. Got an achievement, I guess, for making enough healing items. What is that? Directed suspension field. Is that what we made for the detonator? I mean, you'd have to find what weapons actually use that specific tip. I guess one thing that bothers me is that you can't just look at all of the parts you have, as far as I can tell. Like, there's no inventory for that stuff specifically. I guess that could have also been, like, the actual core. I'll let you guys deal with that. I wonder if they can even kill Necromorphs. Oh, also, I guess my flamethrower stasis people when I burn them. These guys drop a lot of ammo. Or they just die easily in a big group, and I end up with a lot of ammo. Now, I wonder if any of these guys will turn into Necromorphs if I wait. Because reanimation within a marker field doesn't actually take that long to begin. Okay, is that all that's back here? It's another resource corner. Seems like it. Though it's a pretty big corner to have nothing back here, not even enemies. I guess these guys don't have very good radio security if we can just intercept them. Intercept them with his 200-year-old fucking snowsuit. Alright, this kind of looked like there was going to be a big shootout right here. This thing does make a satisfying sound when you aim it. Like it's just ready to zap the shit out of someone. Alien artifact. Okay. Personal log, Private Edmund Varley. Everywhere we dig, we find them. They're frozen carcasses trapped in the ice. I know Serrano says they've been dead for 2 million years, but I can't shake the feeling that some part of them is still alive. Their eyes, if they had them, are long gone. But their stares are intense, accusing, angry, distorted. And around them, always the markers, ancient monoliths from an ancient race. Sometimes, when everyone left the dig site for the day, I hear their icy voices like whispers on the wind. Turn it off. Turn it off. Where the fuck did you even come from? Oh, there's a tiny vent there. He, like, jumped through, and then he just looked like he was kind of shocked. He didn't really know what to do. Nope. I just wanted to pick up the semiconductor. Yeah, so I guess this is the ancient alien race. We seem to be very large.
Children of Altman, the marker has a plan for Altman. When the time comes, you will be reborn. But for that to happen, Isaac Clarke must die. The future of our religion, of our very race, depends upon it. Stop him at any cost. Altman be praised.
Normally, I would say there's no way this loser came all the way out here to personally take care of us, but he is a religious nut job, so he probably is out here. Ooh, sneaky. Hammond's heavy frame. That's gotta be better than the default.
This is the only way he could have come. Be ready. It's Clarke! Shoot him! He's over there!
You drop that. It's Clarke, and he's got some kind of gun that shoots lightning. I don't have anything to throw at them. It's telling me to throw, but I don't have anything to throw. No. Well, now I do. One shot to the chest with the plasma cutter just cuts him down. Oh. Extra dramatic music. What the fuck was that? Why did it play dramatic music for like 5 seconds and nothing happened? That's like the okay, here are the heavy enemies about to walk out music. Alright, I think we're gonna wrap up once we hit the next checkpoint. But things are heating up a little bit, maybe speeding up a little bit. Because I don't mind the side mission stuff, even though it doesn't really get you that much for how long they've taken so far. It's like, oh, you go through that whole thing, you get some resources, and one gun part. But I guess they can't exactly give you a whole gun.
What the hell is that?
That was a pretty good that. Alright, so that was like just the head of a divider. Okay, so here's the gun Necromorphs. Thankfully, as zombies with guns, they don't have very good aim. Much like the Magini. The Magini in Resident Evil 5 that have guns. They don't have great aim. So now we have a different kind of enemy that resurrects corpses. On top of the other one we've already seen. Plus, I assume infectors are still a thing. Ooh, that's a big boy. That looks like a hive mind.
What the hell?
It's so easy to get backdrops in this game. Unfortunately, the lens flare on his helmet kind of ruins it if you get the wrong angle. Why are they terrified by these very human-looking necromorphs? Ooh. That has a lot more force than I expected. I was hoping if I shot the corpse before they actually finished getting up, they would not get up, but it seems like they don't really take damage when they're in that reanimation animation. This is an even better shot, right here. Isaac and his new big buddy. I'm sure we will not have to fight that or something identical to it at some point. Oh. Yeah, he had friends. There's quite a few of those. And they all seem to be converging. All right, again, the music. Oh, there actually was an enemy this time. One random enemy that spawns when you're trying to do the puzzle. Alright, one here, one there. I find this is easier if I don't look directly at one of these points. Like if I just kind of unfocus my eyes and look at the middle, it's easier to focus on both of them. Alright, checkpoint please. Let me get in here. Since there wasn't any out there. There we go. Progress saving. The coring platform. I'm going to say that that looks like a marker, but no, that's just a big drill. So, we're going to wrap up here. Things are starting to pick up. We've got our human adversaries here on the planet, adding some unnecessary human combat, especially because they don't really seem to be smarter or more dangerous enemies. They just kind of shuffle around and occasionally shoot at you. And I'm not even talking about the zombie necromorphs that are shooting at you. But thank you for joining me for some more Dead Space 3. I hope you are having some fun, even if the game is not as interesting as the previous ones. It just doesn't really stick to the atmosphere, you know? It has the atmosphere, and then it ruins the atmosphere by just having too many enemies at once. Like the original pair of games were not afraid to just throw a bunch of enemies at you, but they usually set it up instead of just, you're in a hallway, now there's 15 enemies coming out of all of the vents. It's usually like, you're trying to do something, and then you get a bunch of enemies, or you get locked in a room by a security lockdown. Here, it's just like everywhere, there is a lot of enemies. And then occasionally you get those little sections like that underground section with the cannibal necromorphs that are pretty atmospheric. But again, I could have just apparently gone guns blazing and shot all those guys. It just would have been less cool if I did. So, until the next one, take care.